Greetings and welcome to the Washington Demon Coaches Show. I'm your friendly neighborhood host, Todd Patterson, also known here colloquially as the Patterson Van Welden Power Hour.
Welcome.
Washington Press Box. Thanks for being here, Mr. Van Welden.
Yeah.
It's good to see you as always.
Yeah. It's been a rush morning, but I made it.
I know. I can tell by your hair.
Yeah, I was going to try and get that in there.
Something serious has happened. Looks like you've just blown in from the west or east or whichever. I'm senior executive producer for Wizard of Oz, so I'm very concerned with wind blowing in and tornadoes lately.
Yeah.
So, not only am I joined by Mr. Brent Van Welden, as always, today I'll be joined by Sally Hart, who is the head coach of the boys soccer team, and a couple of her stud players, Alex Mata and Brian Areola. So we'll look forward to chatting with them in just a moment. And so, Mr. Van Welden, what's going on in the school district?
Oh, well, a lot. Obviously, we've had some home events probably since last time we talked. Last time we talked, I mentioned a couple school records being broken by the boys with Braden Hartman and Elijah Morris. One person I neglected to mention was Josh Anderson. Josh Anderson does the wheelchair races for us. This is the first year since I've been AD that we've had someone entered in the wheelchair races. He's done the 100 and 200 and currently holds the school records in those as well. And there's also a 400, so I don't know if that'd be kind of tough, I think.
The 200 looked tough to me when I was watching him do it the other night, but 400 would be really tough, I would think.
Yeah, he did a great job the other night, and we run at home tomorrow, so the boys and girls both run at home tomorrow in the Demon Relays, and we're going to celebrate the seniors, which you should be aware of. I have a hospital board meeting, but my wife is going to. Okay.
Is it something we can do pretty quick? Because I got to leave the board meeting, come and do the senior night, and then go back to the board meeting.
Yeah, we should be introducing the seniors around 4:45 or 5 o'clock.
Do Ethan first?
Probably not.
No,
probably do alphabetically.
Alphabetical. Could you start with E or P?
If you need to go first, we can put you first.
However, we'll deal with it. I'm sure the hospital will be fine.
But so the Demon Relays are tomorrow night. We have around 13 girls teams and 9 or 10 boys teams. So
what's the weather supposed to be like?
56 and sunny.
Oh, that'd be great.
We'll take that.
Well, I just want a quick shout out to Braden, who I think really uncorked one. It was at Mount Pleasant. He hit that 56 feet or something like that.
56.8 or something like that.
And then Elijah, congratulations, and really congratulations to Josh. It's great to see you out this year. I gave him a high five, and he just about broke my hand. The kid's solid.
Yeah, he is.
He's really solid. Yeah,
he's doing a great job. Yeah. Never doing it before. I think we got his wheelchair maybe a month ago for that. So that's awesome that he can participate in that. And
I hope
he has to qualify. He's qualify for state. Has to go through the qualifier down at Mount Pleasant, just like normal. And I
hope he gets an opportunity to do that. He's always supportive and manager and all those things, and good positive kid.
Yeah. Also, at the track meet, we are going to celebrate the 1998 state championship boys track team. So that's kind of been something going on through emails that they're going to try and get as many members back as possible. And I think around 6 o'clock ish, depending on where the events are, we're going to acknowledge Coach Roth and the 1998 team. So there'll be some local people on there, obviously, some people that got to drive back a few miles, I suppose. But
so was that Kelly Williams would have been on that team, and was it six boys?
The six
on that?
boys, Stiegel.
Is there a Griner on?
There's some Griners on it, yeah.
Well, that's probably the case every year.
Yeah, probably. So, it'll be fun to have all them back and recognize them.
So it's a 25-year reunion?
25-year reunion,
that's fantastic.
Yep. Other things, soccer. Well, let me go with middle school track here real quick. Middle school girls track opens up at home on Monday. So that'll be fun for our junior high teams to get rolling. They did both middle school teams did a big fundraiser for us this last week, the boys and girls middle school teams, and raised some money, and we're buying some new junior high track warm-ups for them, so that'll be fun. Hopefully those come in the next week or so and be able to let them wear those. Soccer, obviously, Coach Hart is here with the boys, but both soccer teams have done a great job opening up the season. The girls are 3-0. They have wins over Columbus, Central Lee, and someone else. Who is it? Oskaloosa. There you go. Thank you, Oskaloosa, and then of course the boys
like beating Oskaloosa.
Yeah.
They had a couple sisters on the team, I think. At least in the last game had a really good game. I can't remember the Andersons.
Yeah. I wasn't at the last game. I was at the golf meet here in town. But they're doing really well, and it's not Coach Quigley in his first season. As the head coach is doing a fine job, and Coach Lunsford, who's his new assistant this year, is doing well too. So we're real pleased how those two programs are start off the year and progressing. So
how are we doing on golf?
Real good, real well. The golf teams, the girls, boys and girls, both won their season opener last week, and then on Tuesday, was it Tuesday? No, Monday. This week, Monday, both had their first conference meet, where the boys went to Fairfield and won solidly, and then the girls won at home. So they should be real exciting to watch. There's a lot of young kids on the boys team for sure. That Roman Ross' younger brother,
Rajan,
won the meet. I think he shot 3 under down at Fairfield. So that's wow. And I think Roman shot 2 under. So they were both under par. And the girls at home, I think all of them. I think the entire team shot low to mid 40s.
Oh my gosh!
So they're going to be real tough as well. So it's good to see, everything's going
That's on 9
good.
holes, right?
Yeah, 9 holes, yep. And then, tomorrow, like I talked about, we have track. We also have some golf meets tomorrow. The girls go to Fairfield and the boys go to Fort Madison. And then we have soccer as well. We play Mount Pleasant. I believe that's our conference opener. So the girls are at home and the boys are at Mount Pleasant. So a lot of stuff going on. It's been fun.
Yeah, the weather's starting to improve. Knock on wood. This year's track meets have been 10 times better than last year's. I assume that goes for soccer too, right? You have miserable weather last year. Holy cow!
Yeah, I don't remember if it was a boys or girls game last year, but it was windy and the sleet was like going sideways. It was horrible.
Yeah,
that was a boys game, wasn't it?
Some of those little freshmen run track. You worry they're going to get blown off the track around the corner. You know? So
it's been fun. A couple other things. I got a couple other things to mention. Cinderella, the high school musical, is coming up again in April 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Also tonight, if anybody's interested, we have a booster club meeting tonight at the high school at 5:30. So if you want to help support Washington athletics, we do have a booster club meeting tonight at 5:30. Everybody's welcome.
Where was that?
At the high school in the Commons. Okay. Yeah, we really want to get that group going again. They're doing a great job with the concessions at track and football, and we really want to support that group and get their numbers up. They've done a tremendous job and are doing a tremendous job. And then lastly, we're still looking for coaches. So if you want to go out and get your coaching authorization.
For what sport?
Well, we have football, we have volleyball, bowling.
I don't know how to play 2 of those.
Okay. We have a lot. We have like a dozen openings yet. Yeah, for coaches for next year. So anybody out there who's interested.
Well, I actually do have some interest. I'll be an empty nester, and my wife doesn't want me in the house very much. So, you can only be in so many bands.
What, at 2 now?
Just 2, that I'm paid to do.
Okay. We'll leave that one alone, right?
All right.
That's all I got.
Well, we'll take thanks, Mr. Van Welden, and maybe just run a comb through that hair before you go back to work.
I'll try.
Appreciate you being here today. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be talking to Sally Hart from the boys soccer team.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Tammy takes the time and has the personal interest in each one of us. I don't worry about what's going to happen because I know my policy is taken care of.
She pulls what I need and puts it together, which is the program I get from her.
Every year she calls around September or so and says, there's changes again, and I'm going to do the best thing for you. It's been perfect. She does a great job.
Welcome back to the Washington Demon Coaches Show. I'm your friendly neighborhood host, Todd Patterson, a.k.a. We still don't have a jingle. I did. I said I was going to work on it. I didn't work on it. I just wanted to point it out for folks. I'm joined now by in the studio by Sally Hart, who is the head coach of the boys soccer team, and also a couple of her stud players. I'm sorry, Angel. I messed your name up before. Angel Mata and Brian Areola. So thank you for being here, guys. We'll get to you in just a second, but Coach, why don't you tell us a little bit about your team and a little bit about this season so far?
Yeah, we've had a great start to the season, 2-0 so far, shutouts so far. We've got a big core group of juniors. I think we have 15 juniors of our 30-person roster, and a lot of these students I had when we first started WASP about 7 years ago. So I had the pleasure of coaching them when they were in 4th and 5th grade, and now I get them again when they're in high school.
That's awesome. So, so you mentioned you've got a big core of juniors. So do you have some senior leaders on the team?
We do. Yep. So we returned Freddie Aguilar, who was our leading scorer last year. We have Deshaun Westfall Edwards, who's another, utility player. He plays up top for us, but he's also a goalie. So we've got about 6 seniors right now, and then, like I said, the big group of juniors.
So for those who don't know, how many players play on a soccer team?
11, just like football.
Yes, except it's called soccer.
Depends where you are.
Wasn't that a big commercial they had recently with Peyton Manning or something?
Yeah.
All right, well, I don't know what it's called. Anyway, so we were talking a little bit off camera about kind of the general philosophy and structure of your team. And so tell us a little bit about, how you run your team, like how your strategies, how you're using this team to be successful so far, your sets and things like that.
Yeah, we have a really skilled team. So with that, we try to adapt our coaching style to the skills we have. And we play possession soccer. We've got the talent for it, we've got the work ethic for it, and we've got the guys who make smart choices on the field. So when you have all of those things put together, you're able to really control the pace of the game. And when we do connect those passes, we're successful. When we fall into kick and chase or, kind of a dump and run kind of soccer, it gets pretty chaotic. So we like to really play that finesse soccer and try to elevate our game.
And so what formations are you typically run? Do you have like a base one that, I don't know a ton about soccer, but I know, there's more sort of defensive sets versus offensive sets and things like that?
We're fortunate in having a really strong defense, so we can run a three-man defense instead of your usual 4-man defense. So we've got Brendan Taylor, Randy Hortero, and then Angel Mata right now. We also rotate Julian Marcelino in there and Kelver Lopez.
And so when you have 3 on the back line, is that usually like you have a sweeper kind of?
Kind of. So Randy's kind of like your last line of a defense before your goalie. And then we have 4 in the midfield and then 3 up top typically. Sometimes we drop that down to a 5 with 2 at the top if we need to play more defensive.
So you're running 3 on the back line, and you have 2 shutouts. All right, 2 clean sheets, as they say.
2 clean sheets
in football. Yes. Whatever. Soccer. 2 clean sheets. So that's pretty impressive. Who's your goalie?
Will Gilchrist Brock has played goalie those 2 games, but again, we have Deshaun Westfall Edwards, so we can rotate our goalies.
So can you tell me a little bit about? So you say you're a 30-man roster. Is that just the varsity? Is 30 or that?
That's our entire
JV?
program.
So
Yep.
so how many do you carry on your varsity when they're dressed for games?
Typically, we dress out 18 to 20 guys. When we get to postseason, I think the cap is 22.
Okay.
But when we're happy to have a JV team again. We haven't always had enough numbers for a JV game. So some of our varsity guys will have to come down and sub in for JV. And then some of our JV guys get a few varsity minutes when we're having games like we have been.
So one of the things I sort of find frustrating about soccer, especially at the international levels, are the substitution guidelines. If you have that many, do you have the same substitution guidelines that they do at that level?
No.
So what are how do you sub?
It's open substitutions.
Good.
The only rule is if you get to a point where maybe you're up by a goal and there's 5 to 10 minutes left and you're trying to use substitutions to slow down the game, then you can get penalties. But other than that, it's open substitutions.
Okay. Interesting. So they have injury time in this and everything, or do they have a clock that you actually watch?
So our clock actually goes down. You're welcome to come. It's been nice out.
I usually typically am able to get to at least one of the events when we interview people. So.
Well, we have a big one on Monday. We have Fort Madison, who's kind of been our conference foe the last few years.
Here?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, you're going to tell me about injury time and all that stuff.
Yes. So our clock winds down. We've got 40 minutes on the clock. If there's a goal, they stop the clock. If there's an injury or a card, they'll stop the clock and then they'll get it going again. So they don't have to keep track of the extra time like you see at the professional level.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Very interesting. So I'm going to ask these gentlemen this too, but who's your favorite soccer/football team?
Oh, my favorite team. I love the U.S. women. It's hard to beat them. So I try
Alex Morgan, or who's your favorite player?
Oh, I don't know right now. I really like Crystal Dunn. She's kind of a defensive player.
Yeah. Who's the other one? Julie Kelsey. Used to be Julie Johnson.
Julie Ertz.
I got the wrong tight end.
Yep.
She married a
wrong one. Yeah.
Julie Ertz.
Yep, and
Kelsey.
she's just now coming back from maternity leave.
Okay.
So yeah,
she's quite good.
She's wonderful. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to turn to you guys. How you doing? Joined by Angel Mata and Brian Areola. Mm-hmm. So why don't we start with you, Angel? Why don't you tell me a little bit about you? What year are you? How long have you been playing soccer? What position you play?
Well, I have been playing soccer pretty much my whole life. You know, I grew up playing soccer. My family all loves soccer. I had an uncle who was at the semi-pro level, so, you know, I get a lot of mentoring from him too. I'm currently a junior at Washington High School, and I play right defense right now currently. So
with a 3-man line like you guys play, what's the main thing that you do as a right defensive back? What's your job? What's your responsibility?
Basically, nothing can cut back into the inside where Randy is. You know, like Coach said, our last line of defense. I'm mostly just there to, you know, just stop the ball from going in there. Wow. Oh, sorry.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, and just stop the ball from going back down to the middle, you know, hoping pressure on the outside. There's, like, a lot of guys I know, like players, wingers that like to, you know, pace abuse is what they call it. They just dribble the ball as far as they can and, you know, just run down the sideline. And that's what I'm there to stop. Mostly.
You don't let them do that, huh?
Yeah, no, I keep up with them.
And he's really good at it.
Yeah, lockdown.
So they're just trying to catch you off guard, or they're trying to tire you out, or they're just...
Depending on their game, they try to pass around you, tire you out in the defense. But, you know, with our, you know, defense and the way it's set up, we usually don't let that happen.
Yeah. So then the midfielders also drop back to kind of help a little bit too?
Yeah. That's also like a, you know, key part of our like defensive setup. You know, we try to have a strong midfield so that way, you know, we don't have to rely on our defenders as much, and that way we don't get as tired as much. So in those key moments where, you know, they have a goal scoring opportunity, we're ready and we're not as tired.
Cool. So Brian Areola, let's talk a little bit about you. What year are you? What position you play? How long have you been playing soccer?
I am a junior at Washington High School. I've been playing soccer since I think I started in 5th or 6th grade, so not that long. And I typically just play anywhere in the midfield, attacking or defensive midfield. But yeah.
So you mentioned, so we just found out, congratulations, you've been named Player of the Week.
Yep, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And why don't you tell us about your last game in particular? And then I have a follow-up question to that. So why are you Player of the Week?
I mean, last game, I got my first hat trick of the season, and I also got to assist Isaac for his one of his goals against Highland.
So you scored 3 goals and got an assist.
Yeah,
correct. And in the game prior to that, you got a goal and 2 assists.
Yep, a goal and 2 assists to Manny.
All right, so this is a serious question. After you score a goal, what is your post-goal celebration? Like the shirt off? Do you do the slide? Like when you run super fast, you slide, shirt off, or?
I mean, my celebration is just clapping and cheering gather up with my teammates.
Then you guys do like the thing where you all fall down at the same time?
I mean, we haven't really rehearsed that.
Yeah. I think that might be a coach's kind of decision. I try to keep it pretty tame. We keep it business.
All right. Last game of the season, last goal you make to win it all. Okay, you run across the field, you slide on your shin guards, shirt off, you get up with your team, you stand up, boom, everybody falls at the same time. It'll be awesome.
Angel, can you share what you had under your jersey for our first game?
My first game, I promised myself if I scored a goal, I'm taking off my jersey and revealing what's underneath.
Which was?
I had a Coach Roth. Recently, he was named Coach of the Year, right? Was it?
Or he's nominated for it.
Yeah, nominated for it. I'm sure he's going to win.
I'm sure he'll win.
Yeah. Anyways, the school actually made T-shirts that had LGD, which stands for Let's Go Demons, with a picture of Coach Roth.
That's what you had underneath.
I had underneath it. So if I was going to score, I was going to take off my jersey, reveal that, point to the cameras.
Well, that in itself would scare the other team.
Oh, yeah.
We got to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll finish up with Angel Mata, Brian Ariola, and Sally Hart.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross. Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656.
Welcome back to Washington Demon Coaches Show. I'm joined in the studio by head boys soccer coach Sally Hart and 2 of her players, Angel Mata and Brian Ariola. And Coach, why don't you, we haven't talked about who else is on your staff and who helps you on a daily.
Yeah, so my assistant coach is Sarah Grunwald.
I know Sarah.
It's great to coach with one of your best friends, and I really enjoy it. I I think that we talk soccer year round, and I don't know if our husbands enjoy it or if they kind of begrudge it a little bit, but we couldn't do what we do without their help at home. And I know that my husband Will watches a lot of the game film with me and helps me break it down. And a big shout out for getting our new camera to Mr. Van Welden. It's been wonderful. And I think these guys can attest to it. We've done a lot of film study in the last couple of years, but yeah, that's who my coaching staff is.
Just a non sequitur kind of, but does Will know a lot about soccer?
Yeah, he used to play.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. He was a goalie.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Well, and I think this is a very cool thing, and like Sally and Brian in particular talk about this. But last Friday we had a pretty, especially in the area, pretty rough weather and bad tornado. And I know we had at least one person at the hospital who lost their house. But you also had some because of your relationship with the Pekin schools. You had some damage there too. And you want to talk about kind of you guys' response to that a little bit?
Yeah, so Washington and Pekin share soccer. Pekin's not big enough to have a soccer program of its own. And we've had some wonderful students from Pekin over the years, and currently we have Isaac Gentry. And when we heard that the tornadoes were coming through, Sarah and I were messaging with his mom, and they were all fine, but they knew family friends who were not. And it turned out that an F4 tornado went through part of their farm. And we're from Iowa, and you help each other.
Mm-hmm.
So
we also have tornadoes.
We also have tornadoes, and we worked with Mr. Van Welden, and we were able to coordinate on Saturday a group of students to take on Sunday, and we had 10 volunteers, plus Isaac and his family, and we went and helped, and that's just it needed to be done.
No, it's fantastic. I'm very proud of that, and you were one of them, Brian.
Yes.
So what did you think about that experience?
I mean, I've never. That was my first time ever doing any cleanup of the debris from tornadoes. I haven't seen a tornado yet.
I wouldn't be a big fan of looking for them.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I want to see one to see how they look, but not be in one. But, yeah.
What was it like to see the house as we drove up to it?
What's it called? The house is. I was just shocked to see half the house gone. Seeing the cars destroyed, the tractors, all the farm equipment just destroyed. First-hand experience.
It's a great thing, like your coach says. It's times like those when we have an opportunity to kind of band together, and I'm amazed at how fast people come out. That you don't normally see even sometimes, and they're just part of the effort to help out. So. All right, I just have a couple last questions for you jokers here, all right? I've already said I'm a Manchester United Wayne Rooney fan, so I want to know who's your favorite soccer/football teams, and who's your favorite players of all time?
I'll go first. My favorite team is FC Barcelona, and they had a good legend, Lionel Messi.
He's all right.
He's pretty good. I've been looking up to him my whole life. There are some other players I do look up to that play my position.
Who's your favorite midfielder?
Midfielder right now, probably like Barcelona players, Pedri, or a Man City player, Kevin De Bruyne. I like watching them play.
Paul Scholes is my all-time favorite. Probably never heard of him, but.
They probably haven't heard of mine either. So Michelle Akers.
Yeah. That was like
hands down
90s. She was a striker, right? Yeah, really, really good.
The
Big
first
hair.
Women's World Cup.
Yes, yep. Yeah. She was right on the edge of the. Then they became super dominant. So she would have been kind of the leader of the Mia Hamm team, right?
Right before,
yeah, great. Don't worry about it, guys. You can watch the video. Google it. All right, Angel. So how about you?
I'm a huge fan of the Brazilian international team. I just like the style of play. It's called like Gangnam style. It's like flashy.
Isn't that a song?
It might be.
It had a
Gangnam
dance.
style.
It's like Korean, I think.
Yeah.
Now you have your goal celebration.
Yeah, there you go. But
that's a heck of a night. If she lets you do it.
If it's allowed, if I won't get a card from it.
I mean, he's a right back. If he scores a goal.
He has an assist already. We're 2 games in.
Yeah, we'll see. You think you're going to... okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. That's good. Well, anyway, it's been really nice to talk to you guys, and to you too, Sally. I want to thank you guys for being here. It sounds like you're off to a great start, and you have a really, really good, fun season ahead of you. I'm going to plan to get to as many games as I can and watch you guys. So I wish you the absolute best of luck, and it's been great having you. And when I see you out there, say hi. We'll talk soccer / football. Okay. All right.
Sounds good.
From Southeast Iowa Union Studios, is that what we're called?
I like it.
I'm Todd Patterson.